Alright, so here's the thing. The gods have blessed us. We have been smiled upon, and the third flight for the Halo Reach MCC has started as of October 28th, and will be continuing on to November 5th. And I could not be any more excited. At a time where I was wondering what I wanted to do, 343 was like, here's something to do. Because I was lucky enough to be invited to it. And essentially, from my understanding, is if you didn't get a code in these past couple days, you're still should be looking at your email. Fucking invites are apparently supposed to be going out up until the point, I think the day before, so November 4th. Invites will be going out. And oh my god, this game feels fantastic. I will be honest, I was a little bit iffy. I didn't believe 343 would be able to give me the same experience I enjoyed on the original Halo Reach. A game which I sunk so many hours in after school. I remember trying to complete lassos with my buddies, sneaking, not going to sleep, you know. My mom would come and be like, hey, it's time to go to sleep, and I was like, alright, Mom. You know, I'd go to sleep for about 30 minutes, I'd go to sleep, and I'd just hop right back on Halo Reach. This game was my life. And it's still going to be my life once this comes out on PC, because, as I said, it feels fantastic. If I understand correctly from reading the blog post, it's on an entirely new engine, on Unreal Engine 4, and the game looks fantastic. The game feels fantastic. But there's still a couple problems. And I'm hoping these are problems that could be ironed out before it's fully released. And with them releasing minimum and recommended specs for PC, I assume we could probably be seeing Halo Reach full release on PC around Christmas, maybe early 2020. That's just what I think. Especially with how much content is in this flight. Let me actually get into that before I get into the problems. In this flight, you can expect to play. Really, it's one mission from the campaign, but they list it as two. They list Noble Actual and Winter Contingency. Noble Actual is more of just the beginning cutscene to Winter's Contingency, and then Winter's Contingency, which is the first mission in the campaign. And I was blown away when I loaded into the mission. Full HD, unlocked frame rates. The game looked stunning, and I can only imagine the people who are lucky enough to play it on 4K. And honestly, the game is about 10 years old at this point, so it's not very difficult to run, and the 4K minimum specs aren't even that powerful, I guess. But the people that can play on 4K, I am extremely jealous of, because I can only imagine how beautiful it looks. But on from that, the campaign mission, you have that one. You can still lasso it, and I think I might try to do a solo lasso before the flight ends. And if anything, it's probably going to be a lot of rage moments if I do that. But moving on from there, we also have a firefight matchmaking. So four-player firefight, they have two different modes, but from my understanding is they're going to be alternating the modes. They're going to have heroic firefight, which is just regular old firefight on heroic. I believe it's one set, which is like 15 waves or 20 waves. And they had those for the first 2 days, but as of November 1st, I believe they'll be switching over to arcade firefight, which is just fun arcade, fly around with jetpacks, rocket launchers, and everything. No lives. You can die as many times as you want. Just all out glory and carnage. I was never really much of a firefight man. I jumped in for some heroic, and it's firefight, you know. It's not. I understand there's people that like firefight, but it's just not for me. At least not solo. Maybe with friends when we're fucking around. I'd be into it. But I was more into ODST firefights, personally. And then we moved down to the meat and potatoes of this flight. The multiplayer matchmaking. Which they are going to be doing the same thing as with the firefight matchmaking. They're going to have one game mode active at all times. And they're going to be switching off from 2v2 socials. Actually, they're going to have two separate modes active for matchmaking. They're going to have a social playlist and a competitive playlist. And out of the social playlist, there's going to be 2v2 modes, which includes Slayer, Flag, Bomb, Zone Control, stuff like that, you know, King of the Hill. Then they have 4v4 social playlists, which again, Slayer, Flag, Bomb, Oddball, they have SWATs, and I think Snipers, but I haven't been able to find a game for it. Which, if I remember correctly, as of November 1st, for November 1st until November 2nd, it's going to be 2v2 game modes that are going to be active in the social playlist. And then when I started playing, they had 8v8 playlists, so big team battle playlist. And, oh my god, it was great. And all of these are going to be the title update, which, for those of you that never played Reach, essentially, I'd say about halfway through the life cycle, they had a big title update, which reduced the bloom for all weapons and added bleed through, which I can't remember off the top of my head exactly what bleed through does. So, I'm sorry. As far as the competitive playlist, they're going to be having Team Hardcore, which is basically just the MLG game modes, no HUDs, no bloom, and, or not no HUDs, no radar, no bloom, and I believe bleed through as well as the maps are going to have very limited power weapon spawns, and I think you only get sprint. And then, again, as of November 1st to November 2nd, if I remember correctly, they're going to have Reach Invasion, which is what I'm really excited for. Invasion was a game mode specific to Reach that I absolutely loved playing, and I'm hoping it's just going to be the OG Invasion, nothing, not like the Invasion Slayer, which was stupid, but the Elites versus Spartans Invasion, point-to-point invasion. I don't know any other way to put it. But, yeah, that's basically what's going to be going on for that. And I am going to spend the rest of my time playing this. Up until November 5th, this is going to be what I do. And I love it. It brings me back. It really does. I was never more excited to get off work than when I got the email saying I was invited to play the Halo Reach PC flight. I couldn't stop smiling the entire time I was thinking of it. This was my childhood, and I get to relive it in glorious HD, 60 FPS, more, unlocked FPS really. So the animations look smooth, everything just looks beautiful. But, like I said before, there are some problems with this being not the full release. I expected problems. other than minor problems, this game feels fantastic. And some of those problems include, I don't know if it was just me. I asked in some games, and it seemed like other people were having the problems. I cannot crouch while moving around. I can crouch, then move around. I could even jump and crouch while I'm in the air. But if I'm using the WASD keys, I cannot crouch at all. Maybe that's just a bug that a specific handful of people get. Hopefully it can be fixed. I'm definitely going to post it to the forums, because it's kind of annoying. It's not something that's going to affect everyone, but since I'm kind of a tryhard, I do try to crouch in firefights, so I notice it a lot. And talking about firefights, something that I noticed a lot, especially in SWAT, was it seems like there's a little bit of a delay between me hitting a button to the bullet going out to it actually registering hitting the person. And I think that might be server side. I'm not 100% sure. I don't have the best internet, so it could be my fault. But I have watched a couple other videos, and people have said the same thing, where they notice a delay from like a bullet going out to getting the kill. So I'm going to guess and say that since they moved it over to dedicated servers, that could be the problem. Because if I remember correctly, OG Reach was peer-to-peer connection, or I think it was like a mixed, where sometimes it was peer-to-peer and sometimes it was dedicated. But as far as I remember, it was peer-to-peer connections. And I think actually that's all that I've noticed, at least, that is really maybe not up to snuff with the game. Which, if those are the only two things, that's fantastic. That means they're super close to getting a full, nice working product out. And once they do, I will 100% be going, like, no lifing this every day that I can. And I don't know. I can't give 343 enough praise, because, like I said before, I was iffy if they were going to be able to bring the game back, or bring me back into a remaster of the game, essentially. Because the launch of the MCC was kind of iffy, and I play Master Chief Collection every now and then, and it feels fine. They definitely improved it, but I was worried it was going to kind of be a repeat of that. Or if anything, the switch over to a new engine was going to be noticeable and like completely ruin the feel of the game. But to me, it feels like it did way back when I would play on Xbox 360 with my friends. And if anything, I'm super excited to see, once this game comes out, what the community is like, because I know there are plenty of people that are excited for this. I'm excited for it. I'm hoping this brings back the old community where it was people would hop on and they would play a couple matches, but they didn't care if they did fine, because winning those matches were not what their goal was. Their goal was to get a bunch of people in their recent players and then just send them all messages for custom games. And I cannot wait to see what people think of in 2019 to add to the Halo Reach custom games. Oh my god, I can't wait to have just game nights with friends on Halo Reach custom games again. I cannot wait. There's so much that 343 is doing for Halo Reach on PC, for Halo Reach on the Master Chief Collection, just in general, that I could not be any more happy for. They are trying so hard to give us a good product, to give us a finished product, something that we will be proud of, and something that they will be proud of. And from my understanding, 343 was always just a group of Halo fans that wanted to see Halo live. And Halo 4 I didn't enjoy. Halo 5 I don't enjoy. But what they did with the Master Chief Collection is gorgeous. It's beautiful, and they understand the source material that they have. They understand that what we want as players and as developers, they understand that more than any company, I think, because they seem to be listening to the community and doing their best to give the community what they want, while also improving upon the formula. And at this point, I'm just going to be rambling on, so I think I'm just going to end this here for now. I might have more gameplays like this. I've always kind of wanted to do Halo Reach commentaries back when I played them on 360, but I never had the equipment to. So now with this, it's gonna be a lot easier. So I might do stuff like that. I might tell stories of my old 360 days. Who knows? I might be an old man and just reminisce for a bit. But anyways, the Halo Reach PC third flight is now active and will be active until November 5th. Continue checking your emails, because from my understanding, they will be sending out invites up until November 4th, the day before the flight ends. If you didn't get in now, you might get in a couple days. And if I remember correctly, their next flight will be on Xbox, and it's essentially going to be the same thing that this flight is, if I predict correctly. So make sure, guys, you go to your Halo Insider account, or the Halo Insider website. Sign up if you are not already signed up. It's a fantastic feeling. If you enjoyed Halo Reach on 360, you will enjoy Halo Reach on PC or on Xbox One, whatever your preferred way to play it is. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, guys, and share this video with your friends if it's something you think they'd be interested in, if they're interested in Halo Reach, or just Halo in general. Halo is a big part of my life, and it will continue to be a big part of my life. I might be really into Rainbow Six Siege, but Halo will always be there first and foremost. And I will be here to provide as much news and as much content as I can. It has been Panda, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys in the next video, flip side, whatever. I'll just bring back my old thing. Stay fluffy, guys. Love you.